When Sigma males come to the stark realization that they are being deceived, a profound shift occurs within them, igniting a fierce determination to reclaim their autonomy. Known for their keen intuition and self-reliance, these men navigate life with a sense of independence that makes them particularly attuned to dishonesty. Unlike those who may overlook red flags in favor of social acceptance, Sigma males prioritize authenticity and value their inner compass. When they identify manipulation or deceit, it not only provokes a protective instinct, but also reinforces their commitment to living truthfully and on their own terms. This awakening often leads to a decisive severing of ties with those who betray their trust, as Sigma males refuse to be ensnared in webs of deceit. Their responses are characterized by a blend of introspection and assertiveness, allowing them to assess the situation and recalibrate their boundaries. Ultimately, this realization serves as a catalyst for growth, prompting Sigma males to deepen their understanding of themselves and the dynamics around them. They emerge not only more resilient, but also more determined to foster connections that honor their values of honesty and independence, ensuring they remain true to themselves in all aspects of life. Number 1. When a Sigma male recognizes he's being fed a lie, he often opts to wear a mask of obliviousness. This act is not born from naivety, rather, it's a strategic maneuver designed to let the deceiver believe their falsehood has gone unnoticed. By feigning ignorance, he gains precious time to observe and gather information, meticulously planning his next steps. Behind his facade lies a mind working diligently, analyzing every word, gesture, and inconsistency. Picture him as a predator watching its prey, biding his time for the ideal moment to pounce. This pretense of unawareness enables the liar to feel at ease, often leading them to slip up and reveal even more details about their deception. The Sigma male's silent game turns the tables, making the deceiver unwittingly become the deceived. As the layers of falsehood unravel, the Sigma male's ability to maintain this act ultimately becomes the very tool that exposes the truth. He remains calm and collected, orchestrating the entire process without the liar ever suspecting the depth of his awareness or the extent of their exposure. Number 2. Upon sensing deception, a Sigma male retreats into a quiet space, becoming a keen observer of the unfolding drama. He doesn't confront the liar outright. Instead, he silently watches, allowing them to continue spinning their web of falsehoods while he absorbs every detail. With a steady gaze and composed demeanor, he listens intently, cataloging inconsistencies and subtle cues that may arise. Imagine a scenario where a friend recounts a dubious story about their whereabouts one evening. The Sigma male nods along, offering minimal reactions, while he meticulously notes discrepancies in the timeline, hesitant pauses, and overcompensated details. He also observes body language, fleeting eye contact, restless hands, and a quavering voice. In this heightened state of awareness, he gathers the necessary ammunition to eventually confront the liar. His silence serves as a strategic cloak, providing the deceiver a false sense of security as they unknowingly expose themselves further. This role as a silent observer equips the Sigma male with the insights needed to piece together the truth, preparing him for the moment when he decides to take action. Number 3. When a Sigma male is strategizing against a liar, he masterfully employs the art of strategic questioning, creating a verbal dance designed to unravel deception. With a calm demeanor, he asks seemingly casual yet meticulously crafted questions aimed at testing the liar's narrative. He avoids direct confrontation, instead guiding the conversation toward areas where inconsistencies are likely to emerge. For example, if someone is fabricating details about a recent business trip, he might casually inquire, "I've heard that city has an incredible nightlife. Did you check out any local spots? Or that conference typically attracts a huge crowd. How did you find the networking opportunities?" These questions are carefully selected to compel the liar to provide specific answers, which may expose discrepancies. As the deceiver responds, the Sigma male watches closely, noting any signs of hesitation, overcompensation, or contradictions in their story. Each answer adds another piece to the puzzle, tightening the noose around the deception. His measured approach allows him to tighten the trap without raising suspicion, all while keeping his true intentions hidden. Number 4. When a Sigma male discerns he's being lied to, he may wield silence as a powerful psychological weapon. This silence is far from passive. It's a calculated tactic designed to unsettle the liar and shift the psychological dynamic. He might ignore their attempts to engage, offer minimal responses, or simply sit enveloped in an unyielding quiet. This sudden withdrawal from verbal interaction creates a palpable void that the deceiver feels compelled to fill, intensifying the tension and uncertainty in the air. The weight of unspoken words looms large, causing the liar to question their position. Are they suspected? Has their deceit been uncovered? This psychological pressure often leads them to over-explain, stutter, or inadvertently reveal contradictions. The Sigma male's stoic silence acts as a mirror, reflecting the liar's own deceit back at them. In this quiet confrontation, he maintains control without uttering a single accusatory word, allowing the liar's conscience to weigh heavily upon them. The silence becomes a potent tool that often forces the deceiver to confront their own guilt, leading to their undoing. Number 5. Sigma males excel at setting psychological traps that lead deceivers to inadvertently reveal their own inconsistencies. They craft scenarios in which the liar may expose themselves through their reactions. For instance, a Sigma male might casually mention a piece of information that contradicts the liar's story, keenly observing their response. If the deceiver pretends to know or agrees, their deceit becomes glaringly evident. Another tactic involves subtly altering details in subsequent conversations, changing timelines or key facts to gauge whether the liar catches on or blindly goes along with the new narrative. He might also encourage the deceiver to elaborate on their story, knowing that the more complex a lie becomes, the more difficult it is to maintain. By feigning interest and prompting them for additional details, he increases the likelihood that contradictions will emerge. These psychological traps are laid with precision and patience, allowing the Sigma male to confirm his suspicions without direct confrontation. It's a silent chess game where each move is calculated to reveal the truth while keeping his intentions hidden, leading the liar to unwittingly ensnare themselves. Number 6. Upon recognizing deceit, a Sigma male instinctively begins to emotionally detach from the person who has betrayed his trust. For him, trust serves as the foundation of any meaningful relationship, and the moment he detects dishonesty, he withdraws his emotional investment. This detachment isn't rooted in coldness, it's a deliberate act of self-preservation. He understands that maintaining his strength and control, especially when feeling vulnerable, requires creating a barrier between himself and the source of betrayal. The Sigma male is determined not to allow others' dishonesty to destabilize his inner peace. By pulling back, he safeguards his mental and emotional well-being, granting himself the clarity needed to assess the situation rationally. This withdrawal may not be overt. It can manifest in subtle changes such as a quieter demeanor, reduced communication, or a noticeable shift in engagement. Through this emotional distancing, he maintains his strength and prepares to navigate the aftermath of betrayal with composure. It's a strategic move that allows him to reflect and heal without becoming further entangled in the web of deceit. Number 7. When the moment is right, the Sigma male will confront the liar, exposing their deceit with precision and control. He waits patiently for an opportune setting, one where the deceiver is least prepared and unable to evade the truth. This confrontation isn't intended for public humiliation. It's about bringing falsehoods into the light where they can no longer be denied. Armed with quietly gathered evidence, he presents his case concisely, leaving little room for rebuttal. The confrontation is direct yet composed, catching the liar off guard. At this pivotal moment, the Sigma male carefully gauges the response, observing for genuine remorse or simply more layers of deception. Trust, once broken, is nearly impossible for him to rebuild. Acknowledging this reality, he often chooses to walk away, severing ties without theatrics or drama. For the Sigma male, safeguarding his integrity and peace of mind takes precedence over attempting to salvage a connection tainted by dishonesty. His departure becomes a silent testament to his refusal to tolerate falsehoods in his life, reinforcing his commitment to authenticity and self-respect. Number 8. When a Sigma male suspects deception, he often resorts to employing emotional detachment as a defense mechanism. This detachment is a conscious decision, not an involuntary reaction. Upon recognizing that someone has betrayed his trust, he pulls back emotionally, establishing a protective barrier around his feelings. Trust is fundamental for him. Once it's compromised, he instinctively withdraws to preserve his mental equilibrium. This emotional retreat allows him to regain clarity and perspective, ensuring he isn't swayed by impulsive reactions driven by betrayal. While he may continue to interact on a surface level, deeper emotional connections become increasingly difficult for him to maintain. His responses may shift. He might become quieter, less engaged, or more reserved. These subtle changes serve as indicators of his internal processing as he evaluates whether the relationship can be salvaged or if it's time to cut ties altogether. The Sigma male understands that emotional investments should be reserved for those who prove their integrity. By creating this distance, he safeguards his own well-being and prepares himself for the potential of moving on, free from the burden of deceit. Number 9. The Sigma male often resorts to calculated confrontation when the moment feels ripe. Rather than charging in with accusations, he waits until he possesses enough evidence and the circumstances favor him. This strategic approach allows him to expose the deception without unnecessary drama. He picks a setting where the liar is least prepared, ensuring they can't easily evade the truth. During the confrontation, he presents his findings with clarity and confidence, articulating the inconsistencies he has observed. This isn't a moment for theatrics. It's about illuminating the lies in a manner that leaves little room for rebuttal. As he lays out the evidence, he observes the liar's reactions closely, assessing whether they exhibit genuine remorse or if they attempt to spin another layer of deceit. This careful scrutiny informs his next steps. Sigma males know that trust, once shattered, is challenging to rebuild, and if the liar doesn't show authentic regret, he's likely to walk away. The confrontation becomes a critical turning point, marking the end of the relationship as he prioritizes his integrity and peace of mind above all. Number 10. Sigma males excel in the art of strategic questioning when attempting to expose a lie. Their questions are not mere inquiries, they are meticulously crafted probes designed to elicit revealing responses. By steering the conversation in a specific direction, he tests the liar's narrative while maintaining a facade of casual interest. For instance, if someone fabricates details about an event, he might inquire about the specifics of their experience, such as asking, "What did you think of that keynote speaker?" or "How did you find the venue?" These seemingly innocuous questions require the liar to recall and elaborate on their fabricated story, which increases the chances of them slipping up. The Sigma male remains calm, analyzing the responses for any signs of hesitation or contradiction. With each answer, he gathers more pieces of the puzzle, tightening the noose around the deception. This approach allows him to maintain control of the conversation while subtly pushing the liar to reveal their own inconsistencies. Through this carefully orchestrated dialogue, the Sigma male aims to expose the truth without ever revealing his true intent. Number 11. When a Sigma male suspects he's being deceived, he often transforms into the silent observer, meticulously cataloging the liar's actions and words. This role allows him to gather invaluable insights without direct confrontation. He may sit back and listen, nodding along while paying close attention to every detail. The deceptive individual may believe they are getting away with their lie, providing a false sense of security that leads them to reveal even more inconsistencies. For example, while a friend recounts a fabricated story, the Sigma male studies their body language, noting shifts in eye contact and subtle signs of discomfort. This quiet observation enables him to connect the dots, building a comprehensive understanding of the situation. His stoic demeanor keeps the liar on their toes, as they remain unaware of the Sigma male's growing awareness. In this capacity, he allows the liar to dig their own grave, gathering all necessary evidence to prepare for a future confrontation. Ultimately, this patient observation equips the Sigma male with the tools needed to bring the truth to light, maintaining an aura of calm and control throughout. Number 12. When faced with deceit, the Sigma male often opts to wield silence as a potent psychological weapon. This tactic is not merely about withdrawing from conversation. It serves to unsettle the liar, creating an atmosphere of tension and unease. By refusing to engage verbally, he He forces the deceiver to grapple with their own conscience. The weight of his silence amplifies the unspoken accusations, making the liar question their standing. This psychological pressure can lead them to over-explain or become defensive, often revealing more contradictions in their story. The Sigma male's quiet demeanor becomes a powerful tool, reflecting the liar's guilt back at them without a single word spoken. The liar feels compelled to fill the void created by this silence, which often results in unintentional admissions or slip-ups. This psychological game allows the Sigma male to maintain control of the situation, forcing the deceiver to confront their own deception. Ultimately, the use of silence transforms a moment of tension into a decisive strategy for uncovering the truth, showcasing the Sigma male skill in navigating complex interpersonal dynamics. Number 13. Sigma males have a knack for pretending to be oblivious when confronted with deception. This is not an act of ignorance, but a strategic decision aimed at gaining the upper hand. By feigning ignorance, they allow the liar to believe their falsehoods are going unnoticed, all while observing every detail closely. This act of calculated obliviousness provides the Sigma male with the necessary time to analyze the situation and gather information without raising suspicion. He becomes a silent predator, studying his prey, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal the truth. The deceiver, lulled into a false sense of security, may inadvertently disclose more information, which the Sigma male uses to construct a clearer picture of the deceit. This facade of unawareness can create an environment where the liar feels free to elaborate, often leading to their own undoing. The Sigma male's ability to remain composed while carefully tracking inconsistencies allows him to turn the tables on the deceiver, ultimately exposing the truth without direct confrontation. In this way, pretending to be oblivious becomes a powerful tool in his arsenal for navigating deception. Number 14. When a Sigma male finds himself confronted with dishonesty, he often employs the tactic of setting psychological traps for the liar. These traps are intricately designed scenarios that encourage the deceiver to expose their own inconsistencies. For example, he might casually introduce a piece of information that contradicts the liar's story, observing how they respond. If the liar pretends to know or agrees with the false narrative, it becomes clear that they are not being truthful. Another effective strategy involves subtly altering details in subsequent conversations, changing timelines or facts to gauge the liar's awareness. By doing this, he creates an opportunity for the liar to either trip themselves up or blindly follow along, revealing their deception. The Sigma male may also encourage the liar to elaborate on their fabricated tale, knowing that the more complex a lie becomes, the harder it is to maintain. This methodical approach transforms the act of uncovering deceit into a strategic game, allowing the Sigma male to confirm his suspicions while keeping his true intentions concealed. In this silent chess match, every move is calculated, leading the liar closer to revealing their own truth. Number 15. A Sigma male's journey through the web of lies often involves the critical skill of emotional detachment. Upon realizing he's been deceived, he instinctively pulls back emotionally, recognizing that trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. This withdrawal isn't an act of cruelty. Rather, it's a protective measure. By distancing himself from the source of betrayal, he shields his mental and emotional health. This detachment manifests subtly. His communication may become less frequent, his demeanor more reserved, and his enthusiasm noticeably diminished. As he steps back, he gains clarity, allowing him to assess the situation with a calm and rational mind. This emotional distancing helps him process his feelings and evaluate whether the relationship is worth salvaging. Sigma males understand that emotional investments should be reserved for those who demonstrate integrity, and by creating this distance, they maintain their inner strength. Ultimately, this strategy not only protects them from further hurt, but also empowers them to move forward with confidence, seeking connections rooted in trust and authenticity. Number 16. The art of strategic questioning becomes a hallmark of the Sigma male when he senses deception. Rather than confronting the liar directly, he utilizes probing inquiries that appear casual on the surface but are meticulously crafted to reveal the truth. His questions are designed to guide the conversation toward areas where inconsistencies are likely to surface. For instance, if someone is fabricating a story about a recent trip, he might ask. What was the best part of the hotel? Or did you get a chance to try that restaurant? Everyone raves about. These targeted questions require specific answers, forcing the liar to elaborate and potentially trip over their own words. Throughout this process, the Sigma male remains composed, carefully observing the responses for any signs of hesitation or contradictions. Each answer becomes a piece of the puzzle, tightening the grip around the deception. His calm demeanor masks his true intent as he methodically unravels the lies woven into the narrative. This strategic dance of words ultimately empowers him to expose the truth without raising alarm, showcasing his ability to navigate complex social interactions with finesse. Number 17. When deception looms large, the Sigma male often chooses to become a silent observer, carefully analyzing the situation without revealing his awareness. This role allows him to gather crucial insights about the liar while maintaining an air of nonchalance. Instead of confronting the individual outright, he listens intently, nodding along while his mind catalogs every inconsistency. For example, if a friend shares a fabricated story, the Sigma male notes the shifts in timelines and details that don't quite add up. His observant nature allows him to pick up on subtle cues, nervous gestures, fleeting eye contact, and changes in tone, each providing clues that strengthen his understanding of the deception. In this quiet role, he often finds that the liar, feeling comfortable in their false narrative, unwittingly exposes even more flaws in their story. This patient observation not only equips the Sigma male with the information he needs, but also empowers him to confront the liar when the time is right. By adopting the role of the silent observer, he masterfully navigates the complexities of deceit, revealing the truth with calculated precision. Thank you for your attention. You can now become a member of the channel by clicking the join button under this video.